Time Stranger. Okay, so let me get this straight. So the users rate Digimon a 9.2. The users rate Pokemon a 3.6. And you write an article. It says Pokemon has beaten Digimon. You dumb fucking retard. You fucking idiot. What are you trying to... What are you trying... I know what it is. Dalton can't get a girlfriend, and he's trying to write an article that's good about Pokemon. That's what it has to be. Denton? Yeah, it's Denton. Like, I can't believe this. Is this Gamergate 3? It might be. It seems it higher scores. According to who? It's a 3.6 versus a 9.2. What are we talking about? This is too much. They're both at 79 for critic score. Critic score. That's like counting kills whenever you're playing Capture the Flag. You're just a retard. Nobody gives a fuck about what the critics think. They're stupid. If they knew what they were doing, they'd be YouTubers making 10 times the money. They might not like I said that. But the reason why they don't like it is because it's true. So, I go back and I see this. This shit makes me mad. It makes me real mad.
With Digi-Will and Digi-Vice in hand, there's a Digi-Dynamic force in Digiland. When the Digi-Pass, Digi-Present collide, time to Digi-Side.
Digimon. I said we were going to be making a Digimon video, and that's what the hell I meant. Because I'm honestly getting sick and tired of shit like this. And Dalton Cooper, whoever the hell you are, this is living proof that people honestly just don't want to pay attention to what they are saying. This is living proof that people honestly just want to keep living in delusion. An honest delusion. Because there is no way there is no way that we have gotten literally the best Digimon game in our generation. In this generation, the best Digimon game to date. And you coming up with this dumbass article because of grown children. Because of grown children who, and I'm gonna say this right now because they've been pissing me off for the past 3 days. They're fucking idiots. You're idiots. I'm just saying this right now. You're an idiot. Half of y'all didn't even give this Digimon story game a chance. Didn't even give it a chance. Y'all kept holding on to hope for this dumbass Pokemon game. A game where, and I've recently found this out, you have to make your Pokemon evolve. They don't evolve via level up. You have to literally go to the option and click evolve. After all of these years, Legends Arceus didn't even do that. So you're telling me that now, and then you can run away from trainer battles? So all that other stuff, just chuck it out the window. Oh, but wait. I shouldn't say that because Gen 10 is coming. Everyone's gonna hyping up Gen 10. Gen 10's gonna be the thing that's really gonna do numbers. Really? And this company trying to move like they EA? I'm not done. I said it was gonna be a Digimon video, and I meant I meant what I said. But I wanted to touch bases on this because this is the reason as to why I've titled this video the way it is. We gave our love and admiration to the wrong franchise. We really gave our time, effort, and admiration to the wrong goddamn IP. Because from the get-go, even in the anime, he had no idea what the fuck they were doing. They have no idea what they've been doing for the past 20 some odd years. Regardless of the fact that the games up to Black and White were peak. They wanted to end Pokemon in Gen 2. They wanted to end the story of Ash after Johto. They didn't know what the freak to do with Hoenn. They didn't know what the freak to do with Sinnoh. They didn't know what to do with Unova. And this is course correction for Kalos. A 13-year-old game. And throughout this entire timeline, people just kept shitting on Digimon. Calling it a Pokemon clone. I mean this, that is the dumbest thing we ever said. That is literally the dumbest thing we ever said, because in what way is Digimon a clone of Pokemon? In what way? In what way? The eyes don't even match, bro. None of their eyes match Pokemon. The design doesn't match. The attack formation doesn't match. Digimon talk, Pokemon don't. And I know somebody gonna say, well, Meow can talk. Shut the fuck up. Shut the ever-loving fuck up. I am so sick and tired. I am so tired of these toxic fans coming up with any rebuttal as to why they think that this franchise is still goated. It's not. It hasn't been goated for a long ass time. And I don't care if I lose friends after this. I don't care if some people stop talking to me. Oh, the fuck well. I am sick and tired of the logic being thrown out the window. I'm really tired of it. I'm really tired of it. Because of y'all, and literally because of us. I'll just say that, because I was a part of it too. Because of us, we shunned one IP, even though some of us watched it, but can't remember what the fuck happened after Tamers. Sitting there shitting on Frontiers like they did something wrong. Whole time, Digimon Time Stranger, Digimon can turn into humans. This whole entire time, people were crapping on Frontiers, saying that they didn't like the fact that humans turned to Digimon. Well, guess what? Digimon can do the same shit. So what's your rebuttal now? What's your excuse now? Digimon is made up of data. This has nothing to do with real life animals. Digimon are sentient digital creatures. Digital creatures. Data made up of the internet. You cannot, and I'm gonna say this right, and I'm gonna say this as well. Because I want y'all to hear me when I say this. Take that Pokemon brain when you're looking at Digimon and throw it out the window. Nothing about Digimon should even remotely say, oh, this is Pokemon. No, it's not. It never was, it never will be. And that's the reason why Digimon fell off the way it did, because it didn't get the push that Pokemon did. It did not. After Frontiers and freaking Data Squad, yeah, it disappeared for a minute because we was on Pokemon like it was like the next coming to Jesus. Even though we crapped on Unova, we crapped on Gen 5 for no reason. Well, actually, no. It was for a reason, a dumbass reason, that we still give money to. Because we got tired of people of the company making references to Gen 10. But every time a new Charizard comes out, every time a new Pikachu comes out, any Gen 1 Pokemon gets any kind of attention, y'all are on it. You're on it. You were on it with Unite. You were on it with Champions. You were on it with the new Mystery Dungeon game. You were on it with Snap. You were y'all still talking about Stadium. If y'all don't care about Gen 1, why are you worried about Stadium? Why do you want to play Stadium on Switch Online? Why? That's what I'm talking about. Like the fans want to bitch and whine about stuff, but give money to it. And they better not complain when Gen 10 comes out and it's the same goddamn game. Y'all didn't even give this Digimon game a chance. And the reason why I'm saying that, not because of this article, because fuck this article. I saw so many comments saying, oh, Digimon's that new Digimon game looks good, but I don't know, I'm still waiting for Pokemon. Oh, I don't like Digimon. I always thought it wasn't really that good to me. I like Pokemon. These are the same people. These are the same people that will look you right dead in the face and just talk about any other monster tamer franchise and shit on it and call it a Pokemon clone, but they never even bothered to give it a chance. Never even bothered to give it a chance, but will whine and complain when a new generation comes out and the starters come out and they saying it looks ugly, which is exactly what happened with this. With this game, Legend ZA. Starters, new megas come out, people they're not happy with it, but you bought the game. You're not happy with the way Fraligator's new Mega Evolution looks, but you bought the game. For $70. You bought a game with PS2 Windows. For $70, you bought a game where you could leap and literally swing off of a damn phone. No bike, no skates, no riding Pokemon. You can't jump. Regardless of what, the battle mechanics look shit. Your Pokemon tends to get stuck on shit when you fight. And half the time, I've watched people play it, you can't even, the Pokemon hardly can even lock on. There was one consecrator who was playing that game. Her Mega Gyarados literally lagged out and span in circles. But y'all want to talk about how Digimon games are so complicated. Digimon games are difficult to play. No, they're not. Digimon requires you to pay attention to what you're doing. It always has been and it always will be. I am so tired of this stupid narrative that fans come up with, but they don't even bother to look into anything of what they're saying. This blind loyalty is the reason why the games are going to stay the same, and Digimon is going to keep winning. Digimon's going to keep winning in every aspect. The cards are peak. The game is peak. The anime is peak. The Pokemon game is shit. The anime, regardless of whatever the freak you feel, it's not hitting the way it's supposed to hit. It's not doing it. Sorry. You can't even buy cards in stores anymore because y'all were too busy getting into fights. Hell, do I even want to get into the fact that y'all fighting people over McDonald's Pokemon cards? Do I even want to get into that? Do I even want to bother getting into the fact that y'all are really fighting each other over basic, common McDonald's Pokemon cards. Do I even want to just... We really want to go there? We really want to go there. Y'all are the reason why this article even exists. Y'all are the reason why this man right here, he looked like somebody that blindly follows Pokemon. Mind you, look at this shit. Favorite games: Grand Theft Auto 3, BioShock, Elden Ring, Resident Evil, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. None of this has anything to do. He can't even, bro. People who play this, he doesn't even play the games that he's even talking about, bro. But he made an article talking about this. He really made an article talking about Pokemon beating Digimon. He really did that. He really did that. Like he actually did. He really did that. Let's go into what I really wanted to talk about.
A few moments later.
This is by a Deep Dive. He made this video 5 years ago. And this is something that I wanted to touch bases on, because while it's not an issue, it definitely is an issue with me. And it's not talking about the length of Digimon or how many Digimon are there. It's what he's also going to show.
It's 1997, and Wiz Media is working on their first Digimon virtual pet. They'd workshopped a few ideas, but had yet to settle on anything. Eventually, Kenji Watanabe was just told to draw whatever the hell he wanted. And thus, a legend was born. The initial wave of V-Pets included the version 1 and version 2, and carried a combined roster of 28 Digimon. And in the years to come, many new Digimon would follow. But exactly how many? Digimon are produced sporadically, they're not numbered or broken into clearly defined generational groups. And what about all the redesigns and the mode changes and the fusions and X-forms and reskins? Not even the official Digimon reference book is all caught up. But fret not, through grit, determination, and standing on the shoulders of everyone else's hard work by skimming the fan wikis, I alone have found the answer. And I managed to do it without going mad.
Oh, man.
Before we start, I should establish I'll be using a tier system to grade Digimon on their uniqueness. As mentioned earlier, Digimon does have a propensity for using a lot of reskins, like Digimon World, where they're used to differentiate the mobs from the NPC.
And I'm gonna say this right now. There was a podcast that I was watching while I was going to work. I was talking about how bad Digimon World 1 was. And I'm saying this right now, I don't want to hear that shit no more. Y'all literally bought slop. I would rather play Digimon World 1 and go through the whole shit with Numemon all over again than subject myself to what I've been watching. The only thing about this game that y'all could talk about that's bad is the raising. Because you have to, like I said, you have to literally pay attention to what you're doing in this game. But the story and the lore behind it is, honestly, in my opinion, is much more worth exploring than a fucking Pokemon game. And I mean that.
And add flavor to match the environments. Many of them even have their own reference book profiles, but you'd be hard-pressed to say they're original designs. These are not different Digimon. So Tier 1 Digimon will count as a whole point, Tier 3 will count for 1/10, and there's also Tier 2 at half a point for anything that falls in between.
Right.
Anyway, that's enough explanation, let's get this show on the road! This is Deep Dive, and today we'll be answering, how many Digimon are there? More than you'd think.
Okay, this is where I wanted to get to. This is where I wanted to talk about. So, I want y'all to look at the things that you see that you remember. Let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. So that y'all can see it. Just so that y'all can see it. I hope y'all can see it. So, you got the V-Pets. This is a manga I've never seen before. This is another manga I've never seen before. Digital Monster S. I've never seen that before. Pendulum. Again, never heard of that. V-Tamer, I read a little bit of it online, and I need to finish it because it's featuring Digimon, and it's worth reading. And I wish to God that there were English, like physical English versions of that manga, because I honestly want it in my hands. I honestly do. Digimon World, of course. There's Digimon movie. You got Digimon Adventure. I've never heard of this. There's the original Digivice. Digimon character songs. Digimon Card Battle. Now, I found out about this year. And this is a game that came out in 1999. Character songs. Or war game. Okay. Adventure Moana. Anoko Tamer. So, basically what I'm getting is, you see this list? You see this? Because of us and the attention that we gave Pokemon, which is honestly undeserved now. They didn't deserve our attention. Half of this stuff was not given to us. And half of this stuff honestly is something that I honestly would have liked at this point in my life. And I mean this when I say this. I really want an English version of the V-Tamer manga. I really do. Stuff happens in that manga that you wouldn't think would happen.
So, from 1997 to the mid-2000s, we have 209 Digimon added to the roster, along with 42 recolors, which, as stated, were mostly featured in Digimon World. That just leaves a few miscellaneous to run down. In Digimon World, we have the secret shop merchant, never actually named.
So, and I'm going to make this comparison. So, Pokemon had 151 Pokemon around the time of this. And we were at 200 with Digimon. 200 something Digimon. A few of them are recolors, but I don't mind that. Real Sakurai doesn't mind that. Hell, I like Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher, like half of its roster is recolors and patterns and different patterns, repatterns. I don't have a problem with that. But you see, the design is nothing about Digimon, and I'm getting to this. Nothing about this IP screams Pokemon and should scream Pokemon to anyone. It shouldn't. It should not scream Pokemon in any single way to anybody looking at this. The design doesn't even look the same. These mother truckers. This one right here, the little ball, it has a sword. Literally has a sword. This white Leomon has belt buckles on his fist. One has a mallet down here. They got the green one and the blue one down here. They have mallets. Then you got Metal War Greymon. I said Metal War Greymon. Metal Greymon. That's got a machine hand with a rocket coming out of its chest. Then you have Black Toy Agumon, which is literally a Lego piece. A freaking 1x1 Lego piece, and we're talking about this is a Pokemon clone. It's not. It's not.
Featured in Digimon World. That just leaves a few miscellaneous to run down. In Digimon World, we have the secret shop merchant, never actually named as a species, but he sure is a handsome bastard. There's Clockmon, who I'm giving an extra tier 1.2 because sometimes he's just a little clock guy, and sometimes he has an entire extra person growing out of his brain. The original Goalmon and the criminally underused Tinmon. And there's the original design for Cherrymon, back when he looked like a fairy tale villain that eats sleeping children.
Oh, man.
These all get a tier 2. On the anime side of things, there's the more monstrous movie designs for Agumon
Right.
and Greymon, Lord Bakemon and Devimon cross-up Ogamon. All tier 2s, except for Agumon, I'll explain why later. Oh, Hakadamon. Does that count? Is he a Digimon even? One sec. A grave in which a Digimon who has passed away was laid to rest. It acts as the final farewell to our beloved monster before its final departure. There is a beauty to be found in the simplicity of its cross shape. Yeah, sure, whatever. And finally, we cap off the adventure with our wargame, which introduced both the Diaboromon line and by far the most iconic and popular Digimon in the franchise.
Yup.
Look here, hon. Choose this one.
Now, the beloved season that I enjoyed immensely. And the reason why I love Digimon, but honestly, not enough. I didn't love it enough, and I should have. You got Digimon Adventure 2, Digital Partner. I've never heard of that. There's the D terminals and the D3s. You see that right there. Pocket World. Again, never played. I've never heard of that. Hurricane Touchdown. It looks like the other part of this movie. I'll just say that. It looks like the other part of that movie. Grand Prix, Digimon Grand Prix, a Digimon racing game that I never got to see. I never got the chance to play it. That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Digimon World 2. Never played it, even though people shat on that. Tag Tamers. Never heard of that. Digimon The Movie, which is basically the one that I believe got ported over to the US, so there's that. Because it's literally a war game, and then I believe this one tied together. So they did that. Pocket World Wind Battle, never heard of that. D1 Tamers. I don't know if that's a game or if that's something else. Card Arena. Again, I've never experienced that. Manhua. I don't know what that is. Armor Evolution into the Unknown. Now apparently, and Master Zen had filled me in on that because he had gotten some insight on that. That was literally the season 1 gang, the Adventure 1 gang, using the Armor Digi-Eggs. Yeah. And I never got to see that. Never got to see that. I would have loved that. Especially all the of like 2 years ago, where I find out that the Armor Digi-Eggs that each of them had, the season 2 gang had, they could have swapped them with each other. They could have let the season 1 gang, whenever they was with them in the digital world, to visit their Digimon, to use that. That could have happened. That could have happened. But it didn't happen. Pocket World Cool in Nature. Now, I've never even heard. And it looks like a PS1 game. It looks like a PS1 game. And I never got to see it. Cool and Nature. Then there's the second Digimon movie, Diaboromon Strikes Back. I have to go back and watch that. And I hope to God that they make another little bundle you know, for all the Digimon movies, I'll be making another bundle for that because I definitely want to watch that. Wonder Gate pack. I don't know what that is. Yamato Letter. That looks like a CD. And this came out from 2001.
So, on to section 2.
And I believe that was around the time where Johto had came out.
Off the bat, there's another 41 standard additions to Tier 1. This era also introduces Armor Evolution, where a rookie could use an armor egg to evolve into all sorts of different forms. Though they never swap up the combinations in the anime, so most of them don't appear until later seasons. There's also the audio drama, where the original cast armor evolves. We never
Audio
see them
drama.
because audio dramas don't have very much animation, but assumably they're all very unique and wonderful. Small spotlight to Volcamon, who was based on and voiced by the planning developer of Digimon, Volcano Ota. There's the Jogres forms, the Holy Beasts, the Recolors. These three get extra points for their human disguises. In Digimon World 2, there's the mutant chimera Neo Crimson, who's not technically a Digimon, but I have a trick for that. Marvelous. And finally...
Also, here's something I found out about Digimon. Because their data, the reason why all of the Mon, the word Mon ends in each of their names is literally because they're literally files. So let's say Agumon, right? Agu dash Mon. Yeah. And if you heard a noise in the background, that was literally my stomach. I'm hungry. So, V-Mon. And we're talking about them being the Pokemon clone. Please.
There's Revenge of Diaboromon.
Please shut the hell
up.
up.
The titular villain attains a monstrous new form, Tier 1, and Imperial Dramon Paladin mode, who gets a Tier 2. He just changes color and gets a sword. Moving on.
Okay. Now here's the season that either people remember or they don't remember. There's Tamers, the D-Arcs, Pocket Kulumon. Again, something that apparently was for the PlayStation. Never got to see it. Digimon Melody. So I believe that's a CD. Digimon Tamers Adventures Battle. I guess that's a movie. Digimon Park. Again, another Digimon game that was for the PlayStation. And the only reason why I'm saying PlayStation because if look at it right there. You see it at the right on the top right hand side of the picture. Anode and cathode. I said anode. Anode and cathode, which I guess is a. I don't know what this. I don't know what that is. I have to look some of these up. Battle Spirit. Again, it's probably a CD. But honestly, these things, Digimon Melody and Battle Spirit, the stuff like that, I would have loved to have. I would have loved to listen to. I would have loved it. I would have loved it. The Door into Summer. I don't know what that is. Digimon Typing. Again, still don't know what that is. Rumble Arena. I know about that. Sad thing is, I never got to experience it. And it's sad because it came on the PlayStation, and I have I honestly, at this point, I have no reason why I don't have it. With the moment I see it again, I'm buying it just so that I can experience it. Brave Tamer. I'm guessing these things that I'm looking at with those picture lines are like music. DA novels 1 and 3. Again, I would have loved Digimon Adventure novels 1 and 3. I would have loved to read that. D Spirit, Runaway Locomon. Now I know that's a movie. I know that is. Card game WS See, would have loved that. King of Tamers. That's a manga. Would have loved to have read that. Would have loved to have read that. Half of this stuff I've never seen. Half of these things I've never seen, and it's a goddamn shame. But we talking about Digimon fell off. They never fell off. They were there. We just didn't pay attention. A lot of us didn't pay attention to it. Too busy eating Pokemon shit.
Okay, section 3. There's the standard forms, the 12 Devas, Justimon's alternate arms, and Beelzemon Blast Mode.
And I believe. Hold on. Wait a minute. 2002. Was 2002 Gen through Ruby and Sapphire? Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, man. Yeah. Around that time, 2002. Released for the Game Boy Advance. 2002 and 2003 internationally. So when D-Tamers came out, around the same time it was Ruby and Sapphire. So this is basically on the same kind of time loop.
Okay, section 3. There's the standard forms, the 12 Devas, Justimon's alternate arms, and Beelzemon Blast Mode, the recolors. This season also introduces the card slash mechanic, which tamers could use to modify their Digimon with weapons and abilities. Some of these do all of.
And I never, you know that the really sad thing, I never saw the cards. This anime came out and I never saw the cards. I never saw Digimon cards. For the life of me. I was the person who was collecting, Pokemon cards. I was collecting Neopet cards around the time. Neopet cards, bro. I was collecting some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I was collecting Duel Masters cards. And I never saw Digimon cards. Anywhere.
Their physical form, but they were very temporary power-ups, so I wouldn't really count them as extra Digimon. However, another important plot point to this season is the main character, a Digimon fan, drawing up his own Digimon and having it actually come to life through the power of imagination. And wouldn't you know, there's a real-world precedent for this. Bandai have held multiple design contests for fan-submitted Digimon, and many of the winning entries are still used prominently today.
He's in the game.
Not these guys, though. They're obscure as f***.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So this now is the anime, the Digimon anime that everybody apparently hates. That people apparently hate. For no goddamn reason whatsoever. For no reason. For literally no reason. Now, while I'm doing that, let's see. Yeah, again, around the same time, 2006. So 2006, 2029, it was Digimon Frontier. 2006 and 2006, we had gotten Diamond and Pearl. So there's Frontier, Tamer's Battle Spirit, Digimon World 3, a game that I still never got to experience, and I want to play it. I don't care. Again, I don't care what anybody says about the old Digimon games. If you didn't play it, I don't want to hear it. I got word from the people who actually had that game in their fucking hands. The game is fun. The game is good. We're not going to be knocking old games because it doesn't let you do easy shit. That's how I know the people who complain about Digimon, they couldn't play freaking Tetris if it saved their life. They couldn't play a game like Tetris. They couldn't play a difficult game. They couldn't do it. Because they would easily get bored of it. they got no problem playing a boring ass game. A game where you don't really have to think much. It's whatever. The D Scanner, Lost Island. So that's the other Digimon movie. Again, we see all of these Digimon movies. We're seeing all Digimon movies that I honestly never got to watch. I never watched Lost Island, but I loved Frontiers. I never got the chance to watch Lost Island. Battle Server, okay, Pendulum Progress. I believe that's another VPET thing. D Project, Digimon Project. Okay. Tamers 1984. I wish I knew what that was. Frontier Battle Spirit. Digimon RPG. I would have loved to experience that. I would have loved to experience that. 2-year break. Wow. Wow. And just by from the art that I'm seeing, it was featuring Ty and the dude from the first movie. Willis. 2003 spring. Message in a packet. I don't know what that is. Things that want to be told. These titles are making me very interested. I'm interested in all of this shit. I really am. I want to know what all of this stuff is.
As usual, we have the tier 1s. You may notice something different about this batch. That's right, there's a handsome bastard right there in the corner. There's the Spirit Digimon, which was like Armor Evolution, but for people.
Oh my god, I love that music. I love that music. Oh my god, I love that music. That music is so good. Oh. I need to play that game.
All the Treyamon variants, the Village Elders who get a tier 2, and the Pandamon line from the cancelled Legendary Skies manga, which is apparently knocking about somewhere. Speaking of manga, it was around this time that V-Tamer was wrapping up, so might as well throw those in. You got the Vidramon and the Arcadiamon lines. These 3 here were boss Digimon that had to be cut out, but they still made it into a background shot of a big battle scene. And of course, Monkey, who gets a tier 2 for his cool jacket. Digimon World 3 introduced some originals, including the Bearmon line, the Storm Gods, and the Cardmon. There are also a bunch of recolors in this game, this time used to signify a more powerful variant. P.S. Thank you whoever marked these on Wikimon, you made my life so much easier. And by God did I need it.
Why, not why, did you...
Legend of the Dinocle. Okay, so Digimon Chronicle. Again, something that I would have loved. Pendulum X. So we're going back to 2003, 2005. So Digimon Chronicle, the Pendulum X, Infinity Zone, the D-Cyber, Digimon Racing. I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of wanted that for the Game Boy Advance. I just never got around to it. Legendary Skies. He already talked about that. Rumble Arena 2. Now, people were saying that game is fun. That game was a hell treasure. People were talking about that. I do remember people talking about that in middle school. I do remember that. Digimon World X. That's literally Digimon World 4. D-Cyber, the Accelerator, Digimon Circle, the Mini. Okay, that's the Mini VPET. Seasons 1 through 4 collection. Okay. X Evolution. Now, for those of you who don't, one of these days, no, not one of these days, as soon as I get the chance, we gotta talk about X Evolution. Because, okay, so over these years, y'all have seen me do videos with Masters and Urban Ninja, talking about making references to this story right here. And one of the videos was talking about it because it was talking about the Royal Knights. And this is also the introduction to the X antibodies. This is literally the story about the whole ordeal with the X antibodies. So we gonna have to really talk about X Chronicle. I mean X Evolution. We're gonna have to really talk about it.
Think it was fine to X me from the start.
This was the era of Digimon Chronicle and the X-Antibody Digimon. The general premise was to get new artists to redraw existing Digimon with emphasis on adding their own stylistic flair to the design. And
Right.
add it they did. They really drew the shit out of these things.
And it looked fun. Look at Magnamon X. Look at Magnamon X. Look at him. Fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful, man.
This was before they started posting high-res art to their Twitter profile. For years, we were just squinting in awe of their complexity. In addition to the X-Digimon, there were a few non-X's around this time, also a few Death X Digimon and Alphamon's Oryuken mode, a couple of recolors, and then there's Kuwagamon X, who, despite being an X form, hardly changed at all. The in-universe lore states that the X-Antibody awakens a Digimon's untapped latent abilities, so the fact that Kuwagamon hasn't changed means he's already reached his full potential. Which I guess means his gym membership is really paying off. Kuwagamon, truly an inspiration to us all.
Okay, so this is around the time where Data Squad comes in. Now, because I'm doing this right now and I'm being an asshole to Pokemon. Oh yeah, and apparently I'm a Pokemon hater now. After playing that fucking game for 30 years, after giving my money and time for 30 years, now I'm a Pokemon hater. I swear, yo. I swear. Okay, so Black and White came out in 2010. Data Squad came out in, I believe, around the time of 2009. No, I'm lying. Data Squad came out in 2006. Oh shit. So Digimon was making content way faster. Way faster. Wow. That is actually I mean, it adds up. I'm seeing the timelines. It's adding up. It's adding up. Okay, so Digimon Next. That's a manga. I would have loved to have read that. There's the Digivices for Data Squad, the ICs. Data Squad, the anime Digimon Story DS, which is also something I need to play. Saver's Imminent Danger. Digi Window, Burst Mode. Again, I don't know what that is. Burst. I believe that's another Digivice. Data Squad, another mission. Now I want to say because it says PlayStation 2, so I believe that's the PS2 game. That came in, but it was called something else when it came over here. Digitwin L and R. Don't know what that is. And there's the game. Here's the goated game that that everybody was talking about. Digimon Dusk and Dawn, which was called in Japanese and Moonlight. Digimon Story Sunburst and Moonlight. Then Digimon World Championship. Never played that. Revive and Survive. Digimon Neo. I heard about Digimon Neo. Digimon Masters. Never got to experience that. Never got to
Digimon
experience
Savers, or Data Squad as it was known westwards, had a gimmick called Burst Mode, which were mostly recolors, but they'd usually include a new energy weapon and some small cosmetic changes. There's the
Which I love.
which
We love that.
Gurumon,
We
the
love
Bio
that.
Hybrids, which was like Spirit Evolution but with science instead of the soul fragments of ancient warriors. Some of these are very minor recolors, but some of them do have tubes and canisters and stuff sticking out of them. Some Argamon down here who just keeps finding a way to sneak back in. The Dot Digimon, which... I mean, all Digimon have dot forms. I'm not sure why we're suddenly counting these ones in particular. They're going in tier 3. And then some alternate 2006 redesigns for Kudamon, Agumon, Falcomon, and Chromon. And for the most part, I'd say these differ enough from their base designs to qualify as new entries. In fact, now that I think about it, if we go all the way back to the original Digimon manga, Come On Digimon, there's a bunch of Digimon with alternate designs.
Me and Master Zen talked about this. For those of you who did not watch Digimon World 1, I despise this creature. I despise Numemon. And in this old picture, they gave this motherfucker teeth. They gave him teeth. I said this off screen to Master Zen. I would love nothing more than to get Numemon commissioned as a plush. Somebody who makes plushies, commission a plush of Numemon, a 10-inch plush or a 13-inch plush, so I can beat the shit out of it, because
Told the artist Yabuno Tenya that if he wanted to change up the designs to fit his style better, then just go for it. From the story games, there's the Luna, Corona, and Hyokomon lines along with Grimmon, a few originals from the Digimon Next manga, including the gag Digimon in the upper corners,
Yep.
the recolors, and Algomon from the Sabers movie, who got such an ass whooping we wouldn't see him for a while.
Again, the other movie. Who were the people that made this bundle? Who were the people that did this? Toei Animation. Toei Animation, please hear me clearly, man. Please make a bundle like you did beforehand. Please. I would greatly appreciate you doing that. I really would. I would greatly appreciate you giving us that so that we can experience peak.
We're gonna combine? They're gonna combine. They're gonna combine?
Okay, so here comes the series series that either people know about or they don't know about, and they're saying that Digimon fell off. It just disappeared. And I'm gonna say this again. It's because of y'all. It's because of y'all. And this is around the time where Black and White did come out. Which is ironic because we shat on Gen 5 hard. We shat on it real hard. And here comes Cross Wars. And we just didn't understand. Didn't understand at all. But let's go with this. Okay, let's go. Cross Wars, Lost Evolution. Again, I love that game. Fusion. So that's a part 2 of Cross Wars. Digimon Life. Cross Loader. That's their Digivice. Cross Wars Mini. Cross Wars Red and Blue. I believe that's the Digimon story, Super Cross Wars, Red and Blue that I'm seeing right there, which is also something that I didn't get to experience, and I kind of want to experience it. X Arena Console, never heard of that. Hunters, Digimon Collectors, redigitized manga, redigitized from I believe that's the PSP version. Cross Loader, the other Cross Loader, Digimon Crusader, the phone game that got canceled. Adventure game, redigitized encode, digitized decode. Say that 10 times fast. Digimon Fortune, Fusion Fighters, the 15th anniversary Digivice, and All-Star Rumble.
Combined.
Okay.
Alright, this is a tricky one. The main gimmick of Digimon Fusion is pretty self-evident, Digifusion or Digicross in Japanese, but unlike Jogress or the other fusion, that typically involve two monsters, Digicross tends to involve several and can manifest in multiple ways. Sometimes they bolt together like Voltron, sometimes one of them turns into weapons or armor for the other, sometimes it basically is just like a fusion or a Jogress, and sometimes it's just like a generic buff where they change color or go kaiju mode. So how on earth do we go about categorizing these? Such a task would break a lesser man, but not me. Not me. The rule of thumb I've gone by is that if it changes the overall body structure of the Digimon, that's a tier 1, whereas if it's just a bit of extra kibble, like a weapon or an accessory on top of the base form, then that's just a tier 2. And as usual, if it just changes colour or gets bigger, then that's a tier 3. So, the tier 1s, we got some normies, some fusions, a few manga exclusives, comes to about 187. The tier 3s, mostly recolors, a few crosses, and the
Now notice this. Notice that number right there? 987. So the tier 1s are at 987. Tier 2s are at 48. Tier 3s are at 226.
king-size Digimon from Next Order. I'm not entirely sure why I put those here, but at this point I really can't be bothered to rearrange anything. And the tier 2 Digicrosses. Some manga exclusives along the bottom, some variants, mode changes, various Starmon Pikmon combinations. Comes to 89 forms in total, leaving just a few miscellaneous to pick up. There's a female Lagoonimon from a train named Hope, Crystal Ballmon from Lilithmon's profile,
wow.
the unused School Nightmon Greymon cross, some 2010 redesigns, and Cutemon's parents.
Parents? What exactly is a parent?
And here is the other part that, again, either you know about it or you don't, and you just quarter of this I know. I'll say that a quarter of this I do know, but I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna be 100% serious about this. I have yet to give Digimon Adventure Try a go. I have yet to watch Digimon Adventure Try. There is so much that I've been holding back on. There is so much. There is so much. But this is around the time that we get Apple monsters. Now, if you don't know what Appmon is, look. They say it's not a Digimon, but it's counting for this list. So it's a Digimon. I don't care. A Digimon is a Digimon. It's a digital monster. It's Digimon. And the moment we get V-Pets talking about the Appmons, I don't want to hear nothing else. Again, V-Pets, it's a damn Digimon. And from the way it looks, the crossword V-Pets that they are literally about to come out that they just announced, the main Appmon is gonna be in those V-Pets. So there's that. There's that. Alright, so we got the Cyber Sleuth manga. Cyber Sleuth itself, which is goated. Try Reunion, Soul Chaser, don't know about that. Try Determination, that's part 2 of Digimon Adventure Try. Digimon Links, the 15th anniversary of the D3s, the Appmon manga, part 3 of Digimon Adventure Try. Apple Monsters, I believe that is the series. Appmon Academy, don't know what the hell that is. Appmon Dad Lab, don't know what the hell that is. Appling Monsters, okay, so is that a Digimon story game? Is that a Digimon story game? Because I never even heard about that game. I've never even heard about Digimon Universe. Okay, so it's not a Digimon story game. It's Digimon Universe. Okay. The D-Arcs, Neo International. I believe that, yeah. Part 4 Digimon Adventure Try. 20th anniversary of the V-Pets. Adventure Try stage play. Wow. Try coexistence. Hold on. So that. Wait a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's part 5, and then there's part 6. I see right there. The manga, Hacker's Memory manga, the game, Goated, Digimon Chronicle X. Wow. Came 2018. There's the part, like I said, part 6, Pendulum version, 20th anniversary, Digimon Re-Arise, the Pendulum X's. Okay, those are the X antibody VPATs. Train named Hope, Appmon Protect the World, Digimon Encounters Complete Edition, Kizuna. Okay, so the Complete Edition I believe is Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory just joined together. Which I have on my Switch. Kizuna short memory shorts, memorial shorts, Kizuna novelization, Kizuna Lost and there's the movie, and there's the remake, Digimon Adventure 2020, and there's Digimon Survive. So we're up to speed. We're up to speed in this list.
This brings us up to modern day, and boy oh did things get busy.
Yeah.
We got anime Digimon, we got game Digimon, we got VPET Digimon, even Algomon's back, ready for round 2. He was not ready for round 2. There's the Kizuna Digimon, which I won't be showing because spoilers, man. And there's also Venom
gotta give that
Undead
movie a
from the
watch.
stage play. We got Appmon, lots and lots of Appmon. Even Chronicle is back with a banger new set of X antibodies. This is also why, all the way back, Big Agumon only got a tier 3. That's fair. And finally, the recolors for mutants from Lynx and
Yup.
Edamon 5.
What the hell, man?
That brings us to a grand total of... Except it doesn't. There's still...
Now I want you to know, it's 2005. I wanted to react to this video because I wanted to point this out. It is 2005. This video came out 5 years ago, and it came to that number. They've been making Digimon throughout this whole year alone. New Digimon throughout this whole year alone. We got a new digital world. And this was the number around this time. This was the number. Take a gander at what the number is now. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to desperately get, not desperately, but we really do need to give Digimon its graces. We really do. Because it makes no sense. But I thank you, Deep Dive, for sharing this with us. We gave Digimon the short end of the stick for absolutely no reason. For absolutely no reason. There was no reason. Why? There is no reason. Again, why? Things happened the way it did. Digimon's not a Pokemon clone. As you can see and clearly see, Digimon is in its own field. It's in its own field. But we put it in the shadow of Pokemon because of why? Because of why? Because it's Pokemon? That's not a good enough excuse. We can't keep saying because it's Pokemon. That is a boring, dull ass excuse. Again, we gave the wrong franchise IP our love and attention. We gave it to the wrong one. We gave it to the wrong one. Sure, were the games fun? Yeah. Were the games memorable? Yes. But clearly Digimon had its own thing that deserved to be explored. Was it challenging? Yes. But at the same time, we were really expecting Pokemon to be challenging. And it didn't do that till Gen 5. And here we are, all these years later. Pokemon games still has you the hand holding. They're holding your hand when you play the game. Saw this person play that new game for an hour-long strength. It still felt like a damn tutorial. This hand holding. It pissed me off in Sun and Moon. It pissed me off in Sword and Shield. It pissed me off in Scarlet and Violet. Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory, the hand holding was 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. This game right here. This game right here. The hand holding is 3 minutes. The hand holding is 3 minutes. And the introduction to the damn game, the title screen, is after 4 hours of playing the game. But some it's 20. For me, it's 30. Because I was busy scanning Digimon. In the first area. Not the first area of the digital world, but the first area of the human world. The first area. And we want to sit here and make these biased ass arguments. You spent $70 along with $30, along with $500 some dollars for this just to experience Pokemon. You're a goddamn fool. You a fool. Y'all can sit here and talk about the Digimon game being overpriced all the frick y'all want. It's not. We're not going to do this. We're not doing this. Okay? We're not doing this. Because everything in that game is optional. It's optional. You don't even need to buy the complete the collector's edition like I did, the ultimate edition or the deluxe. You don't even need to buy that. You can simply buy the regular game as it is. The game still runs the same way. The story still goes the same way. You can still get Digimon exactly the way you can get them in the game. You just have to work for it. But that's the thing about it. Y'all don't want to work for it. Y'all rather pay for everything to get what y'all want. Y'all would rather pay. That's the problem right there. That's the real problem right there, though. You don't want to experience the very thing that you're complaining about. Whether it be Power World or Digimon. It's sad, man. It really is sad. And the crazy thing is, I wasn't even going to mention Pokemon in this episode, but I have to because of that stupid article. And because of the people on X trying to shun down Digimon. Like what? Coming up with these stupid excuses. These excuses that don't really make any sense. Say, I don't like Digimon. I don't understand how the Digivolutions work. How the evolutions work. It's because you're thinking with a Pokemon brain. Thinking that it runs the same way. Someone really said that. Someone really said that, this is how Pokemon runs. I wanted to slap the shit out of them when I heard them say that. I really did. I really did. Because who says that stupid shit? Who says that? Who? A person who's only played one game from one franchise. Digimon is a franchise that needs to be acknowledged and loved and given respect more than what it is now. I'm tired of the excuses saying that, oh, this season wasn't good. This season was. You can't say that and you never gave it a shot. I can't sit. I can no longer sit here and talk about Cross Wars and I've never watched it. I can't do that. I can't sit here and say that Data Squad. I wasn't interested in Data Squad and I never gave it a shot. I can't say that. But I can easily say, at the game that people are going in troves and lines, grown people to buy, is trash because I experienced it, because it's the same goddamn thing. I experienced it. For the past 30 years of my life, I've experienced it. I know what the freak I'm seeing. I know what quality I want in that IP. It's not there. It's there in this game, though. The quality that I was looking for, the story, the lore, it is all in this game. And I haven't even fully beaten the game yet. I haven't even fully beaten the game yet. And I know that's the truth. So please miss me with that shit. Please. I don't regret one thing that I said about that. And I'm glad that Asmongold and many other content creators are talking about this because it's asinine. It is actually ridiculous to sit here and say that this game that Legend ZA is on par with this game. You've got to be out of your mind. You gotta be out of your mind. You have to be out of your mind. This has been Master of Sakurai. This has been an hour long and I don't give a damn. I don't care. Get mad with what I said. Call me a Pokemon hater. Hey, fine by me. Fine by me. I know what quality I wanted. I'm not getting it. So I'm going somewhere. I'm going elsewhere. And I'm staying there. With a smile on my face. I'll see y'all later.